Well, hello guys. It's been, I don't know, about a week now. So here are the belts. It's actually 2 of the flat belts in here and 2 of the square belts there. So that's gonna go, this is gonna use a flat belt and a square belt, and so is that side right there. So since you guys already saw me take this apart, I'm just gonna take this apart already so we can skip to the point where we install the belts. And so let's get right to it. All right, back on this precarious perch. I'm gonna try to move this to the point where you can still see everything. Okay, so I just unscrewed this right here. See if I can, well, it comes out this way. Hopefully you'll see it. I'll take off my Fitbit. All right, so that's just gonna go around here. Oops. Come on, get out of there. I guess I can take this. Looks like I'm gonna have to keep my finger on this. Oh boy. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna have to stretch this. My finger. Here and here. The 3 posts, right? It has to go around this way, so it will wrap around this pulley here. And this guy needs to come around and go under all of that, hit that pulley there, and it's gotta, oh, come on, go around these 2 posts right there. I do realize I really should be facing the other way so you can see. Alright. I'm going to use a single screw to anchor it in place at least a little bit so it doesn't fly off. And now this is what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna use this right here, back of a used Q-tip. Slide that over. All right, so now it's on the pulley, and I'm going to do the same here. I hope you guys can see it. I'm going to slide this over, and now it's on this pulley. All right, so this is actually deck A. So deck A is done. To screw these 2 in. Truth be told, this is one of the easier decks I've ever worked on. Okay. All right. Actually, I probably should be using this one. Yeah, I probably should have used this one. Okay, this one just keeps turning, so I'm guessing I'll just turn until there's some resistance. Okay, now it's this turn. So unscrew one. Screw two. Screw three. By the way, these screws, these three screws are exactly the same length, same pitch. So don't worry about mixing those up. And just kind of take that off, slide it over. I'm going to do the same for this one. Make sure it goes around this, around just past that, and then 3 posts. Ooh, I noticed something right here, and you probably should have cleaned. Well, all right, I think that's where the screw goes in, or maybe it's down. Yeah, I think that's where that screw goes in. Anyways, so that is the capstan belt. Now I don't know what this is for. I don't know if this is for mode changing. It's possible. I think this is for changing modes. So is it on the pulley? It looks like it's on the pulley. It's on the posts. Now it's just a matter of sandwiching it back in. Let me take that. One. All right. Okay. There you go. Oops. Right. Same thing. I'm just going to put one in the middle there just to anchor it really quick. And of course it's the same thing. I'm just going to pop that one in, and it lands right on that pulley. And don't worry, it's a square belt, so eventually it's going to straighten itself out, even if it's a little twisted right now. And I don't know if you guys can see with all this in the way, but all I'm going to do is I'm going to push this on this belt. Come on. Right onto the pulley. Motor pulley. Yep, it's off the post. It's actually on the pulley itself. All right, so I'm gonna spin it with my hands a little bit to see what happens. All right, it's going to straighten out on its own. And it's gonna be the same for this one. All right, and now it's just a matter of assembling everything back. So there's the ground. I'm gonna move this closer. Let's see, this goes, I'm trying to remember where that goes. So this is easy. These go here, here. They only fit one way anyway, so here. This, I remember that there is a thing here that anchors it, so this must go somewhere around here. Remember, it was a gray connector. Where is it? Guess I can take a look at my previous videos that I shot just to see where this goes. It's a 3-prong. It's not there. I'm guessing it's probably over here. Is this it right here? Doesn't seem right. I'm guessing it's over here. The only place that makes sense. Is it that or no? Way back out. Nope, that doesn't look like it. I did take the picture, but at the same time, I could have sworn this was relatively easy without a photo. So let me take a look at this really quick. All right, I found it. All right, this one actually goes right here. It's a black connector, and that's why I didn't see it, because it looks like just another component. Actually, I'm gonna go down here under that. Once everything is connected, I'm gonna go ahead and tie everything back down here. Okay. All right, I gotta make sure it slides in the right place, so. There it is. Oop, oop. It kind of snapped into that one. Right, the board on this one's a little more flexible, so I gotta make sure it goes in the right way. And I know this is a test, but it actually uses some connections on over there, so I need to at least screw this one in to keep it from moving. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to loosely put one here for now. here. Use there. I'm gonna start tightening now. All right, all the cables are plugged in. I'm gonna do that. It's tied up. That goes to ground. Ribbon cables are plugged in. All right, I'm gonna plug this in now. Moment of truth. I'm gonna turn it on. They're spinning. Cool. Oh, but the display isn't on. Now you gotta wonder, oh, stupid me, I forgot to plug the display in, that's why. All right. Cool. It looks like it might have worked. I'm going to turn on in front of the camera right now. Well, this one seems to turn on for a little longer, it seems. I can hear the motor going for a little longer. Let's take a look. Interesting. Now, I actually already cleaned the heads and also demagnetized it. I did not clean the cap stands itself though, because I figured once I get it working, I can get it to spin and then I'll clean it from there. But let's see if it even plays anything. Alright, so I've actually found this tape at a Goodwill. It looks like it's an SKC made tape, because you can tell if you see my channel. There's 3 holes on the hubs. This looks like an SKC tape. It's a decent quality probably. But this is a Radio Shack branded tape. We know Radio Shack uses other brands and whatnot. So actually, you know what? I'm gonna take this off so we can see the tape better. How about that? I'm also gonna turn on the lights on the camera. Ooh, fast forward does not work. I can hear the motor spin. This is what it seems like it's doing. So the motor's spinning. Oh no, did I knock the gear off? That gear doesn't look straight. That doesn't look that good. Now, that would explain why this one only whirs for a little bit, but then started working. So let's try this one. Well, that works. It's working pretty good. Let's go the other way. Now, I don't know why it brings up the heads really quick though, and then decides to fast forward or rewind. Interesting. Guess there's nothing on this side of the tape.
Critical battery, please charge.
Oh, that's my speaker saying critical battery. I'm using a Bluetooth. Seems like it's having a hard time moving the transport. It kind of makes me wonder if it's misaligned, something is not lining up or whatever. But then I'm also worried about this guy right here because it looks like the gear is not lined up. So I'm gonna have to open this up and take a look at what's going on there. All right, half success, literally half. That side works, that side doesn't. I'll have to figure it out. Bye for now, I guess. We'll see. All right, so I got it to work. Turns out that it was not put in, it wasn't aligned correctly when I put it in. So I actually took it off and then popped it back in, made sure it reseated correctly, screwed it in, and now it is working. So does sound a little dull though, but if I go backwards, it sounds better. As you can hear, there's definitely some wow and flutter. I'm thinking it's probably the cap stand right here. Maybe it's still dirty. But it almost sounds like it could be a indented or malformed pinch roller. That would be sad. Now this deck seems to play fine as well. Seems a little slower. It almost seems like they're struggling with the mode change. I mean, it sounds better than the other one. It's not as dull. But it sounds like it needs to be, needs a speed adjusted. This one looks like it still needs some more TLC. It does seem like it sounds a little more dull going this way. Speed seems a little better. And going the other way. It sounds better, you know, it's not dull, it's actually raw, it sounds pretty good. But again, you hear the wow and flutter. I'm guessing it's the pinch roller. I didn't want to play too much of that song because of copyright and all that stuff, but couldn't find any tape. As you can see, there's a spot right there. I tried my best to clean it, but I couldn't. So maybe that could be it. It may just need new pinch rollers and a speed adjust. Not really sure how much it's, I don't know if it's worth getting it sent to a, you know, a person who actually works on decks. The person I sent out for my what do you call, my Nakamichi and my JVC, you know, those are relatively expensive decks. so it was worth spending the money and the labor and everything on that. But this guy, I know it's an ES, but I don't really know. I mean, it's a dual deck well. So I don't know if it's really worth it to fix. You guys can tell me, but at least I was able to fix the belts, replace the belts. What I can probably do if I feel up to it is my Nakamichi ZX7 and my JVC TD-WR701. Those are professionally serviced, so maybe I can record a 3000 hertz signal onto a tape, you know, basically using those as reference. I'll probably record it on the ZX7, then play it back on the TD-WR701 just to verify. And then I can also use that same tape on the RX202 because supposedly that's also been professionally serviced and calibrated. Then if I can verify that tape that I recorded on the ZX7 is at 3000 kilohertz and it plays at 300 kilohertz on the other 3 decks, which is serviced by the same person, just so I can see what the, you know, variance is, so I know what to expect. I can then pop it on this one and adjust it. I'll need to find what is the right potentiometer to adjust for speed. It may be up here, it could be on the motor itself, we'll see. So yeah, all right, that concludes it for now, guys. It plays at least, but there's still some issues with it, namely I believe speed issues, possible pinch roller issue. I see that there's a little spot there. This side feels a little harder on these 2 rollers. Those are a little softer than I felt anyways with just the finger test. It might need an alignment if it's sounding kind of dull going one way on this side. So I already demagnetized the heads and the cap stands on both decks. So, well, closer and closer to a fully working deck. So I'm gonna leave it here. All right, you guys have a good night. Bye.